Tea time. Let me tell you a story about a woman who was in an abusive marriage. She had been with him for so long. She had 4 kids, but he was controlling, emotionally and verbally abusive, and he wouldn't even allow her to work. Like, he made her quit her job as a nurse at the hospital because he said it was too many men there. So she quit. She stayed home with the kids, but he wouldn't even give her any money. Eventually, she stunk out and she found a job at the gas station. When he found out, he didn't say anything because it wasn't a lot of men there. As she's working, one day she's about to get ready to go home from work when her manager stops her and says, "What are you doing?" And she looks at him and holds up the packages she has. She's stealing from work. And he's like, "Why are you doing that?" And she's like, "Look, I'm sorry. My husband, he doesn't give us any money. And my kids are hungry. We need food." And the manager's like, "What?" And the manager says, "Look, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to steal. If you need anything, just come to me and I'll make sure that you're okay." And he sends her home with the packages. So she's happy about that, and she comes back to work and she consistently doing her thing. And the next week when she comes to work, he has groceries for her. And he continues to do this week by week, continue to provide for her, ask her if she's okay. And she's like, yes, and she's feeling very grateful for this man who's the boss in her life and a provider. Well, eventually, he comes to her and he says, "Hey, would you like to go out to dinner?" And she's like, "No, I'm married. I got 4 kids. I can't do that." And he says, "Yes, you can." And she turns him down, goes back to work, and they continue to have a good working relationship, but he doesn't let up. Every week, he's asking her, "Would you please go out to dinner with me? Please go out to dinner with me." Finally, she relents. She sneaks out and goes out to dinner with him. And when they get to the restaurant, they're sitting there and he's like, "Look, order whatever you want." She's like, "What?" She's not used to that, but she looks at the menu and she does. She goes with appetizers, drinks, everything, and she is smiling and happy as he's watching her eat. He's like, "Oh my gosh, look at this lady." He thinks she is so beautiful, and he just loves seeing her smile like that. So they go out a few more times. Of course, they still working together. And about a month later, he comes to her and he's like, "Look, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. So now all you got to do is leave your husband for me." And she's like, "What? My husband's controlling. He's abusive. Do you know what he'll do to you?" And the man said, "Oh, yeah?" And he goes outside, gets in his car, and leaves. When he comes back, he shows her that he had just went to the pawn shop and he just bought a blick. And he shows it to her. And he's like, "I'm ready for him." When she looks at him, when he says that, she sees the seriousness in his face. At that moment, she decides, okay, I'm going to do it. She does leave her husband with her 4 kids and goes to be with this man. They move into his house, and all of a sudden, she's happy and provided for. They end up getting married. His family pays for the wedding, and he's protective of her. Even when they go and talk to the priest before the wedding, the priest tells her, "Now remember, you can't wear white because you've been married before." He's like, "Hold up, this is my wife. She can wear what she wanted to." And he goes to his wife, he says, "Look, you can not only wear white, get 2 wedding dresses. I want one for the reception and one for the wedding. You get what you want." She goes and gets the wedding dresses. They have a beautiful, beautiful wedding. They end up having more kids together. And after she gets to know him even more, she realizes he's very machismo, like macho man, walk around talking about, "I'm the man. What I say goes." But she doesn't mind because she knows that in his mind, being the man means making sure that she never wants for anything. And she likes that.